Hi guys, and welcome back to Aisha.Academy. And in today's video we're going through the volume for 3D shapes. So when it comes to the volume of 3D shapes, this is basically a measure of how much space a 3D shape takes up. And for your exams you will need to work out the volumes for the following shapes. This involves a cuboid, prism, a cylinder, a pyramid, a cone, and a sphere. So first of all, the volume of a cuboid. So here we have our cuboid. So a cuboid has a length and width and height. So in order to work out the volume, it is just length times width times height. Then now we have the volume of a cylinder. So here is our cylinder. And remember, a cylinder has a circle on top usually. So that would be our radius, and it has a height. And so in order to work out the volume of a cylinder, it would be pi r squared times height. Then here we have our pyramid, not the ones found in Egypt. And with our pyramid, it has also got a perpendicular height. And then remember, the base of the pyramid, in this case it's a square, and we know all squares have the same side, so that's why all the sides would be equivalent to b. And then in terms of the formula for that, it would be a third times base times height. So times the two lengths times the height. So basically the area of the cross section times height. And then here we have our cone. So again, cone has a circular bottom, so that's what our radius is, and a perpendicular height. And so the the volume of the cone is a third pi r squared multiplied by height. So the only one that you're given on your formula sheet is the volume of the pyramid, by the way. And here we have volume of a sphere, which used to be on the old formula sheet, but for the new one it's not, so please bear that in mind. So with the volume of a sphere, we've got the radius, but in terms of the equation, it is 4/3 pi r cubed. And lastly, we have the volume of a prism. So volumes of prisms also on the new formula sheet. So literally it's the area of the cross section times the length. So here are some practice questions. Example 1. So here we have our prism, and it wants us to work out the volume, but it's very interesting, it's an L shape. So what we can do is that we can split this up into two cuboids, right, to make our life easier. So now we've split this up, we're going to now work out the volume of each cuboid and add them together. So first of all, with the top cuboid, the other length is 5 centimeters. So you've got the square face, which is going to be the cuboid face is you've got 5 centimeters and the 4 centimeters, and at the bottom you've got the 5 centimeters and 2 centimeters, because remember with cuboids they've got a rectangular face, okay? So with cuboid A, you've got the 10 centimeters, which is kind of like the height kind of thing, you've got the 5 centimeters and you've got the 4 centimeters. And with cuboid B, you've got the 10 centimeters, you've got the 9 centimeters, and you've got the 2 centimeters, all right? So then now we're going to work out the volumes of each cuboid as mentioned before and add them together. So 10 times 4 times 5, which would leave you with an answer of 200. And then you've got 10 times 9 times 2, which would leave you with an answer of 180. Add those two values together and that should leave you with 380 centimeters cubed. Example 2. So here we have to work out the volume of a sphere, right, which was 4/3 pi r cubed. So we're just going to literally put in the values into the formula. But first of all, we need to work out what the radius is because they haven't given it to us. So we can work that out from the equation of the surface area, which they've given as 81 pi. So first of all, it's 4 pi r squared is equal to 81 pi. Both sides have pi on either side of the equal sign, so we can cross that out. Now we're left with r squared, so radius squared, is equal to 81 over 4. Because if you divide both sides by 4, you'd be left with that. And in order to work out what r is, the radius, we are going to square root both sides. And that would leave us with r is equal to 9, well, square root of 81 over 4. And that would leave us with an answer of 9 over 2. So now that we have our radius, we can now substitute that value into the formula for the volume of a sphere, which as mentioned was 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So that would be 4 over 3 multiplied by pi multiplied by 9 over 2 cubed. Remember, it's the r cubed first, then multiply that by everything else. See if you can work this out before the answer shows up on the screen. You can even pause it to give yourself time to work it out. And by putting that all into your calculator, you'd be left with 381.704, but because it wants it to 3 significant figures, it would just be 382 centimeters cubed. So I hope that was useful, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, stay tuned for more content.